Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. What's up, everyone? How the hell are ya? How's the family? Where are the dogs? Normal questions. Good to see you guys. So tonight we're in for, I guess this afternoon we're in for something a little bit different. We're going to get back into the Jeffrey Epstein, that motherfucker. We're going to get back into that story. There have been some interesting events that just happened in the last month or so that I think bear worth talking about. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Save the drama for Yo Mama. We'll get to that. I'm going to do these. I'm going to return back to these Epstein episodes, I think 2-3 times a week, sprinkled in with the drama streams that I know you all love so much. And boys, there's some shit to talk about. Let me get rid of this silly screen as we've already begun. Let's see here. All right, guys. Enjoy this intro song. I think you might like it. It's a good cover or rendition of a song we all know very well. And then we're going to get into Jeffrey Epstein. I will share the link if anybody wants to come up and if they have any insider information about the Epstein stuff, something you've heard, maybe we can research together. But aside from that, I've got just a quick little timeline of the last couple of months and what's been transpiring. Pretty interesting stuff. We're all doomed, but it's pretty interesting stuff. Enjoy the tune.
I'm just an average man with an average life. I work from 9 to 5. Hey, hell, I pay the price. All I want is to be left alone in my average home. But why do I always feel like I'm in the twilight zone? I always feel like somebody's watching me. Wash my hair, cause I might open my eyes and find someone standing there. People say I'm crazy, just a little touched. But maybe showers remind me of Psycho too much. That's why I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I have no privacy, no. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Who's playing tricks on me? Watching me? Who's watching? Well, is the mailman watching me? Tell me who's watching? Is someone watching me? And I don't feel safe anymore. Oh, what a mess. I wonder who's watching me now. Who? The IRS? I always feel me, and I have no privacy. I got no privacy, no. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Is it just a dream? I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy, no. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Who's playing tricks on me?
Oh shit, son. Somebody watching you? Be careful out there. Good Lord. Good Lord, in the morning, people are just out of control. Are they not? Get some background music going. As always, if I deafen you with the music, I do apologize. Just give me 1 sec. Oh gosh, dang. There we go. That's not so bad. That seems bearable. Please let me know if that's too loud for you. As I said, Jeffrey friggin' Epstein. I guess you're not allowed to say those words. Both of my, or all three of my previous episodes on this creep have been restricted. YouTube just doesn't like it. I don't care. Makes no difference to little old me. I can promise you that. Coming to you live from high atop the Goodwill building in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 71 degrees and sunny. I mean, I do have birds chirping in the background, but the clouds are rolling in. How the fuck are you? What's going on? Let me look at chat and see who's here. You will see I have a super chat goal set, no pressure. If you do like this shit, show me. Let's see here. Queen Bella was the first one here, followed by Headstones. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Happy Monday. Yeah, it's a weird Monday. It's one of those days. What's up, Joe? Good to see you. Interesting song, lovely cameras. Oh, yeah. Blessed are the security cameras. Let's see. Alicia J, good to see you. Summer's in the house. What's up, my friend? Queen Moomin, good to see you. I'm feeling better. I'm still congested. It's like, it fucking sucks. It doesn't seem to want to go away. It's lingering, if you will. So let me get my gratuitous Jeffrey Epstein graphics going here. Oh, what a creep. Look at this guy. I think these graphics are going to be a little much to keep rolling, but I'll use them for a little bit. The man, I think he's still alive. I mean, then let's just keep it real so people want to know what I think. But what do I know? Marie, aka Purple Freak, how's it going? Good to see you. All right, so I'm going to jump right into it. This background's just a bit too much. I think Fire, if he is deceased, which I don't believe he is, he's probably burning in hell. So this is probably pretty good. So just recently, there are two things happened simultaneously. Darren Indyke, his longtime lawyer, and the person that basically owned his estate when he passed away, was deposed by Congress. 6.5 hours long. It's very fucking boring and academic. It's ridiculous, but I think I can get the point across of exactly what he was up to and how that all shook down and how fucking ridiculous this man is and how much of a liar he is. So we're going to start with that. A lot of names will come up as we go along here, and I will do my best to do a quick synopsis of who that person is and what their involvement is. This is basically, I mean, this whole story is such a beast. I mean, it's such a giant story that you basically just have to start somewhere and chisel in, because a traditional timeline to this would take months. I mean, literally, it would take months to do it properly. So we're looking at the most, what happened just most recently. And then we'll work back, and there's some other things I want to highlight too, to include the absolute suppression of this story. Like, what they want to happen, and maybe I'll get in trouble for saying this, but basically, they want this to be something that 2 years from now is a conspiracy theory, and they'll gaslight you to make you believe that it didn't exist. It's absolutely the reason that we're at war with Iran currently. No doubt about it. The same characters, the Mossad intelligence, as well as the Israeli government. It's the same people that funded this man and used them as an intelligence agent. I know that's a lot, and I know that sounds very conspiracy driven, but it's actually factual. It's been proven time and time again. So good times on that. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start, and simultaneous to that, Senator Windham announced that Deputy Attorney General Tom Blanche had intervened. Okay, so actually, I'll put a pin in that. We'll get right back to that. Let's start with this. Okay, so let me show you. I'm just going to show you the introduction, basically the first couple of minutes of his deposition in front of Congress. It's so boring. It's 6 hours long. I did watch it all. I took notes. It's just him denying adamantly any knowledge of what went on. It does get quite vulgar. So, like, you know, if anything is said here, please be aware this is intended for adults. It's very triggering fucking content, but someone's going to talk about it. For some reason, they don't want us to talk about it. So that's signals to me that it's worth the conversation. So let's see. Let me switch this out. Give me 1 second here. This guy's a fucking clown, by the way. His longtime lawyer, like, fuck, one of the worst. Let's see here. Let's get this back where we belong. All right, so this is him in front of Congress doing what he'd do, lying like a fucking rug.
Thank you all. Mr. Endyke, before we begin, I would like to go over the ground rules for this deposition. The questioning will proceed in rounds. The majority will ask questions for an hour, and then the minority will have an opportunity to ask questions for an hour.
And I promise you, we will not be watching all of this. That's just not in a million years. I saw that some people covered the deposition of the Clintons. That was really good. They're really smooth liars, those Clintons. But it would be insane. I would never give 6 hours. I already listened to it times 2 in my earbuds, and I understand what happened here. It's exactly as I described. Just deny. It's impossible for him not to know what was going on. But strangely enough, at the same time, we've got a senator that's asking for a complete disclosure of an operation by the DEA called Operation. Oh fuck, I forget, but I've got it. And guess what they were doing? They were investigating Jeffrey Epstein starting all the way back in 2010. Very interesting. So they had intimate knowledge of exactly what he was doing. If the DEA is investigating, you're in big trouble. And he was on a list of 15 individuals that were being investigated for drug smuggling, international wire fraud, all kinds of shit like that. No trafficking or anything like that just yet. So interesting. There are parallels between that and the story of P. Diddy, who was basically under FBI investigation all the way from 1997, 98, all the way through to current time. So all those parties, all that weird shit that was going on, the FBI was had intimate knowledge of that occurring. But in a strange way, he was very much an intel op, maybe unbeknownst to himself, actually, an intel op for the FBI. So parallels. Obviously, P. Diddy not being white, he wouldn't be elevated to these elite cabal type communities where the people that run the world. Anyways, here's this douchebag.
If they choose. To the extent members have questions for the witness, they will be propounded during their side's respective rounds. The clock will stop if you need to confer with counsel, your counsel is speaking, and when members or staff are speaking during the opposing side's rounds of questions. We will alternate back and forth until there are no more questions. Do you understand?
I do.
There is a court reporter taking down everything I say and everything you say to make a written record of the deposition. For the record to be clear...
I'll just sort of skip forward a little bit. He gives this whole little fucking... I don't know why they let him do this, but he gives this whole little introduction or like disclaimer. I don't know what the fuck it is, but we'll watch that and then we'll get into the reaction to this and what this actually means.
Here, please wait.
He also just settled like a $37 million settlement with some of the victims, like slyly away from all of this.
While the staffer questioning you finishes each question before you begin your answer, and the staffer will wait until you finish your response before proceeding to the next question. Further, to ensure the court reporter...
Oh, and he's also like an old school slime ball. He was one of the rare people that was actually documented removing shit from Epstein's property, the penthouse in New York City, taking out paintings and fucking statues and shit. A real sleazeball. Really not someone you want to be your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Just not at all. Again, this is Darren Endyke, Indyke, very long time lawyer of Epstein and I guess co-possessor of the estate.
Can properly record this deposition. Please speak clearly, concisely, and slowly. Also, the court reporter cannot record nonverbal answers such as nodding or shaking your head, so it is important that you answer each question with an audible verbal answer. Do you understand?
I do.
Exhibits may be entered into the record. Majority exhibits will be identified numerically.
It's not by chance that every single one of these people interviewed, they all sound like little bitches. Every single one of them.
Minority exhibits will be identified alphabetically. Do you understand?
I do.
We want you to answer our questions in the most complete and truthful manner possible, so we will take our time. If you have any questions or do not fully understand the question, please let us know.
Could you imagine fucking taking your trash out and your neighbor's taking the trash out too, and it's this guy? Ugh. Yuck.
Truthfully, this also applies to questions posed by congressional staff in this deposition. Do you understand?
I do.
If at any time...
Welcome in, Dixie Daisy Flower, and anyone else that I may have missed. Alicia J, I think I said hello. Lunatic Farmer is in the house. What's up, my friend? What's happening? What's happening? Platform Boots is back with us again. We got to talk about this douchebag fucking Epstein. I know it's a departure from what I typically do. What's up, Marlena? Marlo first. Oh, well, that I was going to say too. I should have said ahead of time. I'm going to sprinkle in some interesting, fun things that are more lighthearted because this shit's pretty heavy. I mean, even just thinking about what his lawyer knew. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was talking to my sister. Like, I've gone so deep down this rabbit hole of Epstein that I legit can't eat one of my favorite foods is pizza. I can't do it because of the way it's referenced in the files, and I just keep each email that I find that's referenced makes me more disgusted. So I'm not physically capable of eating pizza, let alone ordering it. I can't do it. I may never eat pizza again. I know that's crazy to some people, but it actually makes me nauseous just thinking about it. Because of that whole vibe of this whole situation, we're going to be sprinkling in some more fun, interesting things, and of course, Marlo is going to be one of those things. If you don't know, now you know. So, again, this is his longtime lawyer just deposed. This is 3-4 days ago. He's a lying little piglet, is what he is.
Time you knowingly make false statements, you could be subject to criminal prosecution, including but not limited to perjury. Do you understand?
I do.
This includes both knowingly providing false testimony, but also stating that you do not recall or remember something when in fact you do. Do you understand?
I do.
Furthermore, you cannot tell half-truths or exclude information necessary to make statements accurate. You are required.
You get it. So essentially, he's under oath.
And
if I'm not mistaken, he does
that,
actually swear upon a Bible on his way in, but I might have to take my word for that.
Committee Rule 16C1 states, for the chair to consider assertions of privilege over testimony or statements, witnesses or entities must clearly state the specific privilege being asserted and the reason for the assertion.
This guy's listening to this shit like we read terms of service, dude. Get the fuck out of here. He's like, oh, I'm already bored. Hope this Adderall works. Fuck.
We will be happy to accommodate. However, to the extent there is a pending question, we would ask that you finish answering the question before we take the break. Do you understand?
Whispers in the shadow. 81 is in the house. What's happening? Hope you're well. Welcome back. Some Epstein shit today. We got to talk about this. It keeps getting weirder. Also, we're at war because of it. Prove me wrong.
I do.
Finally, I will note for everyone here today that the contents of what we discuss in the deposition today is confidential under the House Deposition Regulation. Under the rules, the chairman and ranking minority member shall consult before any release of testimony or transcripts, including portions thereof. This means it is a violation of House and committee rules to disclose the content.
Blah, blah, blah. Miss Cheese 8, thanks so much for being here. We're going to skip ahead. There we go.
Give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do. Why do they all sound like little punk bitches, man? Every single one of these Epstein people do. I do. Jeez, man. This probably all could have been solved if this man was breastfed as a baby. Like, what the fuck? I do. Sounds like B. Tim.
Do you have any questions before we begin?
I do not.
We understand that you have an opening statement that you would like to read into the record.
I do, if I may.
You may.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank the committee for working with the Epstein estate over the past 6+ months. As a co-executor of the estate,
You know, I get the same vibe from this guy as like the high school football coach that got busted for fucking weird shit in the hotel party with the team. That's the vibe I get from this guy. Nothing good, man. Nothing good. He talks like he's been castrated, dude. Yes, Your Honor. What the fuck?
I've done my very best to cooperate with the committee and to respond to the committee's request for documents, photographs, and other information relating to Jeffrey Epstein. As you know, the estate produced voluminous
Who in the world says photographs?
materials in response to the committee's subpoena and communicated regularly with both the committee's majority and minority staffs on the timing, scope, and content of the estate's responses. My appearance here today, as with my co-executor's testimony before the committee last week, represents our continuing cooperation with the committee's efforts to investigate matters regarding Mr. Epstein.
Yeah, he's been dodging them like the fucking plague for years, dude. Years.
In addition, since we were appointed in 2019 by the United States Virgin Islands Probate Court as co-executors of Mr. Epstein's estate, we have fully cooperated with the U.S. Department of Justice's investigation of Epstein-related matters. I'd also like to note the extensive efforts that my co-executor and I have made to address the wrongs committed by Mr. Epstein during his lifetime. At our direction, the estate initiated, developed, and
What's
funded
he reading like that?
the Epstein Victims Compensation Program, the first of its kind established by an estate, which provided a private, voluntary, and non-confrontational means to compensate women who suffered sexual abuse by Mr. Epstein. Independently administered by preeminent figures in the field of victims' compensation, the EVCP awarded more than $121 million to 136 women.
I mean, can we subtract the word awarded from this equation, dude? Because that ain't it. That's not it, dude. That's what a random and bizarre word to use in such circumstance, dude. Should I be offended? I feel offended by that, for real. Awarded. I understand that's the result of, you know, compensation in a trial and such, but still, award these nuts, dude. Like, how many hundreds of millions of dollars is going to pacify the trauma and the sheer terror that was endured by the victims of this situation, dude? 100 million? Fuck your $100 million, dude. Are you kidding me? Give them the fucking island. That's what I say. Fuck we doing here? Excuse my language, by the way. This is how I do it.
All of which the estate funded, pursuant to our express direction that 1, there was to be no cap on monies awarded, either individually or in the aggregate, and 2, even women whose claims were time barred or who had previously signed releases could participate. The estate has also directly settled claims by an additional 59 women for a total of more than $48 million, including the recently proposed settlement in a putative class action lawsuit filed in 2024.
Okay. I mean, this just goes on and on and on. This goes on for 6 hours. I'm just gonna summarize it for you. This has been Darren. He's a punk bitch. He's Jeffrey Epstein's longtime personal attorney and co-executor of his estate. He was deposed, and this is the House Oversight Committee on March 19th, 2026, just a few days ago. The controversy centers on the massive gap between his claims of total ignorance and his role as one of Epstein's most trusted inner circle members for over 20 years. He knew everything. It's just that simple. And here he was for 6 whole fucking hours. Listen, man, If you're not guilty, you don't just settle for $120 million. And also, that's not enough money. I mean, you better start talking with bees if you're going to actually start talking about compensating people for their trauma. Bees. It should be bees. Hundreds of bees. Let's see. Of course, his attempt was he does not want a cookie or a sticker. What's that? Whoever stole the truckload of Kit Kat bars, can you? I didn't hear about that. So his attempt during the 6 hours was, of course, the plausible deniability. He testified that he had no knowledge whatsoever of Epstein's actual abuse or trafficking while it was occurring. He claimed he didn't socialize with Epstein and only provided corporate transactional legal advice. Well, we know that's not true. Lawmakers and survivors' attorneys have called this deeply troubling and difficult to believe, given that Indike was a key figure managing Epstein's complex web of companies and finances for decades. In a major revelation during the deposition, Indike confirmed existence of hard drives that currently held by private investigators who were hired by Epstein. So this is something new. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. We're going to leave that there. So concurrently to this, concurrently, I don't know. Here I am trying to use big words. At the same time that this story was breaking, of course, was all covered up by us bombing Iran and deploying Marines to the Strait of Hormuz. Good fucking times, dude. I think we're up to 24 American lives lost for nothing, for no good reason, because Israel wants us to, and they bullied us into this. And we'll get into that another time, though. We're going to stick to the Epstein stuff. At the same time this was going on, and you can't write this shit. I suppose you could write this shit. Of course, we know the Clintons were deposed. They're very slick liars. Oh, they're almost pleasant to listen to, even though you know that they're lying to you. It's fucking weird, man. That's because they're lifelong politicians. And who knows how many fucking tombstones they're responsible for personally. Holy crap, dude. Okay. The neighbors having a good time out there, obviously. Let's see. In late February, so a few days before this, House Committee Oversight Chairman James Comer sought transcribed interviews from 7 individuals connected with Epstein. Additionally, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick agreed to testify. He still hasn't. He was the guy, remember, he's the Commerce Secretary that's the super creep. I'm going to show you once again both interviews. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to show you the interview that he originally did and then the interview that he did in front of Congress. Two different stories. The first time he only met him once and we'll never talk to him. The other time he was neighbors with him for 30 years and fucking took his whole family to the island. Whoopsies. But what I want to talk about is Senate Finance Committee ranking member Ron Wyden formally sought documents from the Drug Enforcement Agency after it was revealed that Epstein and his associates had been targets of a previously secretive federal investigation into drug trafficking, prostitution, and money laundering. This is a real big problem. This is a huge problem because even if he's not associated with the CIA, Epstein, that is, he's clearly associated with with Mossad, with Israeli intelligence, as well as MI6 in London. So they were investigating his financial transactions. This is very interesting. And here, I'm going to show you some Oompaville because he absolutely crushed it. Just to give a quick summation, and I'll read from the official government website. Actually, I'll read from the website first, and then I'll show you what Oompaville had to say about it. He said it way better than I ever could imagine. Let's see here. Can I make that smaller? I don't know what's happening. Okay, so this is from the U.S. Senate Committee Finance, and of course. Sorry, guys. I know some of this is going to be academic and boring as shit, but it's also important. That's why I'm talking about it. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Let me make this smaller so quite possibly if you're trying to read along, you'll be able to. No promises. That's a little better. Let's see. That's as good as it's going to get. Let me read this to you really quickly. So again, this is from the United States Senate Committee on Finance. Interesting that this would be here, right? Anyways, Wyden sought documents from DEA following a revelation that Epstein and several co-conspirators were targets of major interagency drug trafficking investigation. Wyden recently learned Deputy Attorney General Blanche, I think it is, Blanche, I don't know, intervened to block DEA from complying with the committee probe. Whoopsie. So the man was already protected way back in 2010 by the feds. So that implies FBI, CIA involvement. But here we are with absolute proof that DEA was already, for years investigating him. So they knew what he was doing to children. They knew what he was doing with the boxes of machine guns. They knew what he was doing with the boxes of drogos. So no big surprise, but also fucking terrifying. Okay. The Senate Finance Committee ranking member Ron Wyden, Democrat of Oregon, revealed today that Deputy Attorney General Tom Blanche, who cares, recently interviewed to block the Drug Enforcement Administration DEA from releasing key document related to long secret investigative drug trafficking and prostitution by Jeffrey Epstein and several associates. The document Blanche is keeping hidden is a 2015 memorandum prepared by the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force, a unit within the Department of Justice that specialized in multi-agency investigations of drug cartels and illicit finance. A heavily redacted version of the memorandum, along with documents released following the passage of Epstein Files Transparency Act. That's an actual law. The Epstein Files Transparency Act. I know a lot of people are referencing that like it's some type of, it's something that is supposed to be taken seriously because it passed into law. It's a law that they have to disclose this stuff. This far, they've only disclosed, just under half of it. The rest of it would cause the world to crumble. That's what it boils down to. Let's see here. And Senator Wyndham sought an unredacted copy last month. In a letter to Blanche, Wyndham wrote that the Finance Committee investigators had been informed that the DA was prepared to comply with his request until Blanche's intervention. And Wyndham demanded Blanche immediately authorize the DA to turn over the unredacted memorandum. It has come to my attention that you are preventing the Drug Enforcement Administration from producing an unredacted copy of a report I requested regarding drug trafficking and money laundering by Jeffrey Epstein and several associates. So far, they did unredact just Jeffrey Epstein's name. So there's 13 other people listed, but none of them have been shared with the public. This is fuckery on the highest possible level. It's international fuckery. It's crazy. Also, I'm in sound mind and health and have no intents on harming myself ever. So keep that in mind. Worst case scenario, they'll just take this live stream down, whatever. Okay, so there you have it. Let's read. I'll finish this paragraph and I'll show you a video to further explain what this is all about. All right, let's see. Your alleged interference in this matter is highly disturbing, not just because it continues the DOJ's long-running obstruction of my investigation, but also because of your bizarrely favorable treatment of Ghislaine Maxwell, one of Epstein's closest criminal associates. I shall not have to explain the significance of the fact that Epstein was a target of the OCDETF, whatever that is. It's what they said at the top. I don't remember. It suggests the government had ample evidence indicating he was engaged in large-scale drug trafficking, prostitution, border-crossing criminal conspiracy, and that Epstein was likely pumping his victims, I don't know what the fuck that means, including underage girls, with incapacitating drugs to the facilitated use. Oh, God. Okay, well, there you go. I am at a loss to understand why you're blocking further investigation in this matter. That Bill Cosby aspect of the situation I wasn't acutely aware of, but how disturbing, and also no big surprise. Okay, now let me show you, to try to make this more digestible, I want to share Oompaville with you. He's the man, and he's just as fucking confused and pissed off about this shit as I am, dude. So let me get rid of this man's deposition. We don't need that. Let me stop sharing that. Give me 1 second. This guy can burn in hell, by the way, in case anybody's wondering how I feel about it. I think they all can. I think we send them all to Guantanamo Bay, and like, if there's any suspicion, and then we just sort it out afterwards. Let them eat fish. Well, you know, whatever they can catch. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up Oompaville. He did a fucking home run video about this. I'll play an excerpt of it, and then of course I'll leave it at that. I'm not here to steal his stuff. Let's see. So the title of this live stream by Oompaville is The Epstein Investigation Nobody Talks About, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Oompaville. Oompaville. I like this guy. He's a little wily. Incredibly entertaining as well.
And specifically the investigation that nobody's really talked about. I'm sorry if you don't want me to talk about this anymore, but they have resorted to war to cover all this stuff up. So that's pretty crazy.
And they absolutely have. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's what this is all about.
December of 2010, the DEA opened an investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, not for sex trafficking, but for drug trafficking and money laundering. The DEA deals obviously with drugs, but also money laundering. They called it Operation Chain Reaction. And over the next 5 years, they tracked.
I went all the way down the rabbit hole. I mean, if you have, I'll put it this way: if you have any specific questions about this operation, just ask. It's exactly what you would imagine it to be. They were full press, like millions of dollar budget to investigate, and it's all been redacted except just whoops. And Jeffrey Epstein was in there too. Who are the other 14 people? Not that that really matters, but who were the other 14 people for real? Like just another list we're talking about, dude. List of lists.
Approximately $50 million in suspicious wire transfers through bank accounts in Switzerland, France, the Cayman Islands, and New York. They identified
New York City
15 targets, and Epstein was number 4 on the list. The other 14 names are still redacted. Like everybody else, is there a person besides?
Yeah, so this is exactly it. I mean, this is exactly the problem. And this is why Ron Wyden, the Democrat from Oregon, is really pressing to get this shit released and talked about. He's not having any luck. He's just not. I mean, he's being stonewalled, and he's an awkward little feller, dude. I mean, he's pretty passionate about what he's saying, but he's also still so boring. The government needs to be infused with some youth, man, for real.
Ro Khanna, Thomas Massey, and a couple other people. Honestly, there's like maybe 10 people who are actually trying to do stuff in Congress right now. Oh, by the way, you got to ask Congress permission to declare war, but we don't live in that country anymore, I guess.
No, we
anyways,
don't.
back to the Epstein files. This DEA investigation pulled in help from the FBI, ICE, Customs and Border Protection, and FINS.
Look at all the organizations or entities, as it were, that were investigated or included in this investigation. Now think about this for a second, dude. So 9 years, roughly, before he was finally busted. And then when he was busted, even though there were 45 victims between the ages of 12 and 14, right in Florida, that were pursuing charges, they gave him a sweetheart deal in which he served 12 hours a day of his federal prison sentence. 12 hours a day he was in his fucking townhouse office in New York City, just still doing exactly the same thing. And the deal made it so those other 45 victims couldn't prosecute. Just think about that for a second. I mean, it's right in your face. It's right in your face. That's what it is.
69 pages.
And this is insult to injury, because this just further proves that the feds knew what he was doing.
Of financial intelligence shell companies.
Here's my quick theory. He was an intel op for Mossad, no question about that. MI6 maybe out of convenience. CIA, no question about it. But just like P. Diddy was an intel op, whether he knew it, Epstein was definitely an intel op. So even back in 2010, when the DEA is investigating, they're getting way juicier information in their eyes than they are worried about these fucking financial problems, these illegal money wiring or whatever. They're getting fucking senators and rock stars breezing in and out of this guy's house, having inappropriate relationships with very young people. So he was basically an intel source for everybody, probably even the local cops, dude. And because he's more, all that other information in the people's eyes that were collecting it, all that other information was more important than the safety and the complete destruction of children, dude. That's what human beings have become.
Border crossings, criminal histories, all compiled under one case number, OFC TP 15-12392. And then it stopped. No charges filed, no public disclosure. It was so completely buried that in 2019, when federal prosecutors in Manhattan arrested Epstein for sex trafficking,
they say they didn't even know that the other investigation was occurring. That's impossible. That is not possible.
He told CBS News that they were entirely unaware the DEA had been investigating him for half a decade. 5 years of work, $50 million in wire transfers, 14 other names, and the people who finally put him in handcuffs didn't even know that any of this existed. And this is a trope, by the way, among...
I mean, can you believe that? I know this is not what I typically cover, so bear with me, guys, but this is vitally important, I think. Yes, I have heard of Scary Interesting. Yep. The feds put a kibosh to the investigation. Well, why would they do that?
American law enforcement, federal law enforcement, and American intelligence. These agencies don't work together fundamentally. I've heard it described that their computer systems don't work, and it's not possible to communicate with someone from, the FBI can't talk to the CIA. That's what caused 9/11. If you were unaware of that, who knows? Mm-hmm. Knows what actually was the cause in all reality, but our intelligence agencies, their inability to communicate and their pride and ineffectiveness, they knew.
See, I think his idea, and I'm not disagreeing with him because, I mean, obviously this guy does a lot of research, so who the fuck am I? But also, I think that's sort of an excuse as well, that they don't communicate, because it was such a large investigation, so many millions of dollars, funded for it, in addition to just how many moving parts there were. You'd imagine there'd be some kind of crossover between the CIA and these high-level DEA agents and whatnot. It's the same community. I don't think they're so separated, as is being described. I could be wrong. I mean, I really would have no way to know unless I spoke to somebody that worked there. And let's face it, that ain't happening today. So I think it's sort of a cop-out. It's because it offers the only excuse for not understanding that he was under investigation already. It should just be like, listen, if a cop pulls up to your house and runs your name, it's going to list every case that is associated with you. Why doesn't it work the same on the level of someone that's being accused of trafficking and narcotics? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, dude. I feel offended by it. Like, what do you mean?
Was going to happen, pretty much. Or I guess they had an inkling, but I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I wasn't dancing on the street. Last week, a United States senator gave the DEA until March 13th, just a couple days from now, to hand over those names and explain what happened to this investigation. Can you imagine that? All of this
still have not been released, so I checked as recent as 20 minutes ago. Hey, Face of America YT. I figured Epstein and Mossad was Mossad a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, it's just so obvious. I mean, he's walking around with IDF branded sweatsuits and shit. Like, come on, man, what are you talking about? Of course, that goes without saying. Which makes the obvious and factual claim that this whole war is just a cover up, is because the same people that were funding Epstein's lifestyle and really really using him as a valuable intelligence asset are the same people that are provoking the war. I mean, just this quick sidetrack, and this is in consideration to the war. Old Drumpy Dumpy Pants over there, he said he put a stop. He wanted 5 days of stopping bombing any refineries, any fuel refinement places, any natural gas places in Iran. He said, don't do it for 5 days. And this was to his own generals. And then in response, guess what Israel did? Bombed the shit out of oil refineries and a couple of schools just for good measure. Basically telling old Drumpy Dumpy over there to go fuck himself. Somehow we've become the bitch of Israel. I don't know how that happened, but I have to do a separate live stream pertaining to the war because it's just as stupid as you think it is. And like I said, way too many American soldiers have already died for nothing, for flow. I guess that's a matter of perspective.
Money, this big name, Jeffrey Epstein, this guy's going down. And then there's just another investigation that just nobody's even heard of. Sex trafficking, implicating every powerful person. Is it all nonsense? That's what they're trying to lead us to believe, is that it's all nonsense. But unfortunately, it's not nonsense, guys. And now we're at war with Iran. Fortunately, Greenland still exists and is not ours yet. It's so mind-boggling that this is the lengths that this and basically every other administration that has been around in the government since the...
I'm going to skip ahead just a bit.
Documents involvement from the U.S. Attorney's Office in St. Thomas, and notably the Harvard University Campus Police and the Virgin Islands Police Department. There were 8 separate agencies contributing intelligence to Uno Queso. Now, the status of the investigation as of May 2015, which was 11 years ago, is listed as judicial pending. And law enforcement officials told CBS News during their investigation that designation typically means agents...
Just to be clear, not only do we have to battle with trying to demand the release of the other 3 million plus the other half of the files themselves as unredacted as human. The only thing that should be redacted in there are the names of the victims, nothing else. So I mean that's what the demands are. But not only do we have to deal with that, but we also now have to get everything we can on this investigation that the DEA did, because I mean that's a wealth of knowledge as well. Despicable is despicable, as nonsense would say. It's fucking crazy.
We're awaiting court approval for search warrants or that an arrest had been made. So they're, making some level of progress. So after 5 years of tracking tens of millions of dollars in suspicious transfers through shell companies in 4 countries, coordinating 8 agencies and compiling 69 pages of intelligence, the investigation hadn't stalled. It was moving toward legal action. Okay,
you guys get the idea. So ultimately it was stomped on by the feds. They just hit it. So now now we have one lone senator trying his best to get it. This little nerdy guy from that poor guy. Here, let me see if I can find a quick video of him. While I do that, let me show you this. So we're going to just take a step backwards, actually. I want to show you the reporting from Epstein's lawyer testifying in front of Congress, or being deposed. I don't know. He swore himself in the whole truth and nothing but the fucking, yeah, right, bud. Yeah, right. Let's see. This one, it's this one, yes. Check this out, and then I'll see if I can get a video of the most boring politician in the world, but he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying his best. It's not really working out.
To the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, and right now, one of Epstein's closest associates is on Capitol Hill answering questions as part of the House investigation into the convicted sex offender. His former lawyer, the co-executor of his estate, Darren Indyke, arriving for his deposition today. You see him there. The House Oversight Committee chair, Republican James Comer, says so far he was answering a lot of questions as the deposition goes on. A lawyer representing several Epstein survivors saying, in part, Indike's claimed ignorance of Epstein's widespread abuse of women and girls is deeply troubling. Indike has denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. He agreed to settle a $35 million class action lawsuit a few weeks back to compensate survivors who say he helped Epstein traffic young girls. Indike's lawyer says he's not acknowledging or admitting any wrongdoing as part of the settlement. I want to bring in Melanie Zanona, who's joining us now. So what else have we learned, if anything, out of today's deposition? I know these are the kinds of things where...
Hold on, let me get this some kind of right here so you guys can hopefully see it properly. I don't want to keep, oh wait, that's too far. I don't want to keep moving my graphics. If it's just the same to you, oh, there we go. More money, baby.
Kinds of things where sometimes it takes a day or two to find out more from it. Walk us through that and who the House committee wants to hear from next.
Yeah, we are getting some information out of this hearing, deposition. We know that Indike did tell lawmakers he had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes. He said he rejected the idea that he helped facilitate Epstein's sex trafficking scheme. And he also said their business relationship was purely about legal services. He said his primary role was to provide corporate, transactional, and general legal services to Mr. Epstein and his companies. But lawmakers, they weren't buying it, Hallie. They said he may have even perjured himself during this deposition. And they also said he was oddly defensive of Epstein. At one point, Indike was asked why he continued to work with Epstein after that.
I watched all 6 hours. I can tell you he did get a little spicy for a little bit, but it's like, you know, these people that live these lives of opulence where they're not used to being told what to do. I think it was a lot of that. He's a punk bitch, dude. I mean, it's really that much. There's not much else to it. He's a slime ball. He reaped the benefits of the most intimate relationship with one of the most incredibly evil human beings that ever lived. And he's like, well, I just didn't know. Yeah, he did.
For that 2008 prosecution. And his response was that Epstein was remorseful, that he said it was a one-time thing, and that he said he didn't know the woman was underage. And so lawmakers really suggesting here that he was not being truthful in this deposition. Just take a listen.
I can tell you that he has been quite defensive of Jeffrey Epstein.
I think it's very likely he perjured himself over and over and over again.
He would have us believe, much like President Trump, that despite the long and in-depth relationship that he had with Mr. Epstein for 23 years, that he saw no evil or heard no evil about the crime.
I think this guy's sponsored by his eyeglass frame company.
That were being committed.
Now, in terms of who the committee is going to hear from next, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is expected to speak voluntarily.
Oh, that's a big deal. We're going to get into Lutnick next because I've spoken about him a couple times in the past, but I really want you guys to understand. Well, I mean, also because this guy, Lutnick, he's in the line of succession or secession. What is succession? Like it would be number 8 to take the role of the president of our country in god-awful circumstance. I mean, it's almost impossible to get that there, but he would be. So, I mean, incredibly high-ranking member of the current government that we scurry underneath. Thanks, Meow OG. Thank you so much. Great live center. We'll be listening. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to keep these to 2.5, 3 hours, so nothing too crazy, because there's a lot of information. I want you guys to actually learn it and understand what's happening. They benefit if like average people don't get it, and I think it's vital that everybody understands what's actually occurring. It's a big fucking deal, dude. It's enough to really, and it could end our government. It could ruin us. But they are doing a bang up job keeping it minimalized in the media, and of course wagging the dog with a war in Iran.
Pretty soon with the committee. And then last night, the committee did hear from Attorney General Pam Bondi in a private briefing. The question, though, is whether she will appear for April 14th deposition.
There's also, so much interest, and you know this, Mel, we know this in the Epstein files outside of
for 8 months. I'm sorry I missed that, Meow. Thank you so much. Dude, that's awesome. I appreciate you more than you know.
Capitol Hill, and there's this just story that NBC News has put out just recently that talks about these influencers trying to go visit, get on, what's been called Epstein Island down in the Caribbean. It is sort of stunning. These like YouTubers that are going and like trying to
We've seen a lot of that. I've shown some of that. I mean, I don't feel any use to continuously go back to that. Of course. And listen, dude, people are so fucking desperate for any kind of attention in this world that, I mean, of course, if they have the means to get a jet ski and go to the island, of course they will. What are they sacrificing? Maybe a trespassing fine when they can have a video go viral and have 3-4 million people watch it. Like, forget about it. It's a no-brainer, of course. Of fucking course. Like, of course. Why are they talking about it like it's surprising? Have they never seen Natural Born Killers before?
Trying to get on there. What do we know about it? Like, what are they doing? How do you crack down on it? There's a new owner, obviously, of this particular island, but like, it's an island in the middle of the Caribbean. What do they do?
Yeah, really a sign of the times, and such a bizarre, almost alarming trend here. What we've seen is these influencers trying to go viral, trying to capitalize on the headlines and the renewed interest.
Well, no, they are going viral. I mean, they just are. That's a fact. All right, now I'm going to show you. Now, let me tell you about this. This is, I think, currently my favorite podcaster, and his guest is Chris Hansen. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? So I'm going to share this with you guys. And if you were wondering, hey, what was Chris Hansen thinking about this whole Epstein situation? Then wonder no more, because I'm about to show you. This shit is fucking incredible. Some of the best content ever. Of course, this is in the spirit of fair use. Education about the terrors of this world, featuring Chris Hansen. Kushner has his own island too. Oh God, don't even get me started. Jared's very busy trying to barter world peace currently. Fuck. We're so doomed, guys. I can't even, I have to do a war live stream separate from this, but fucking shit, dude. Oh my goodness. All right. Check this out. Chris Hansen's curious about the Zorro Ranch, as we all are. If you don't know, the Zorro Ranch is yet another property of Jeffrey Epstein. Terrifying. What's up, Cheese? How you doing, my friend? This fucking whatever. Do you hear the music that they listen to? It's so bad. The neighbors are just crazy.
How he was able to manipulate people and money, and to from a very young age lie, cheat, and steal his way to being nearly a billionaire. I mean, the New York Times did an article.
Now, if you watched my first couple live streams about Epstein, you'll know that from the very start, he was able to manipulate people. Even like when he got busted at Bear Stearns, like I showed you, for not having a degree, for never graduating college and lying on his application, he fucking smooth talked his way through that. It's a whole thing, dude. It's just a failure on every level to the people that are, should. I don't know. You just think that there's some safeguards from something like this, and there just aren't.
Several weeks ago, and they interviewed for the Sunday magazine, and they interviewed his boss at Bear Stearns, who said, I regret I didn't kill his career when I had the chance to, because they found that he had lied on his resume. And he was able to convince him that, hey, look, if I didn't lie, I mean, those are
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I found it very cool that Chris Hansen's thinking about the same shit that we were talking about, because this, to me, it's the weirdest part. I think the foundation of how this dude became who he is the most vital part of the story. I mean, at least we can get some knowledge from that about like what to look out for. I mean, holy shit. How does a fucking lower middle class kid from Coney Island, fucking Brooklyn, turn into an international intel asset and a complete demonic fucking destroyer of children? Like, what the fuck, dude? How? I think we need to figure that out.
I couldn't get into. I learned on the streets. I have a hard knocks education, and I'm obviously performing. I apologize for lying on my resume, but let me go to work. And they let him. And he continued, and ultimately he got fired from there and ended up someplace else and manipulated, Les Wexner into giving him control of a lot of money, and a lot of other people too. And even after he served time in the 2008 case, death sentence, which was so crazy to me looking back, that this was a case that could have gone federal, right? Where he should have done serious prison time, that they were able to.
And this is like another part. And people are like, oh, he, you know, a lot of the ladies and gentlemen that have been associated with him since his conviction and since finishing his quote unquote sentence, they always lean on, well, he served his time, blah, 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 blah. Sure, he served his time, but he didn't even really serve time. Could you imagine if you or I committed a crime like this? Would we be allowed to just go freely to our office in New York City every day, unmonitored, unchecked, just to do whatever you want? It's so fucking insulting that what can you even say? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's possible. I'll say that. It really is. It's defies logic.
To have lawyers manipulate this and to talk the government into a deal where he did 12 or 13 months, basically living nights and weekends in a county jail, able to go to his office
right
from 9 to 5 and do whatever he wanted.
How about what he pled to too?
Right. To having an underage prostitute, but not knowing it, essentially.
Right. And it was 17 years and 10 months when there were 43 victims that were all 12, 13, and 14 years old.
I mean, I hope you guys caught that. I've alluded to it, but I mean, what? He never even got convicted of trafficking. He got convicted essentially of a sweetheart conviction that basically just said that he went to go pick up a lady of the night, had no idea that she was underage. All while having 43 other documented allegations with the local police as to what he was up to for real. How's that fucking possible? And also, how did he get a deal that allowed him to just never have those other 43 crimes? And listen, if it's 43 reported, how many were there really? So, I mean, just imagine. How, dude? Go ahead and get a traffic ticket and don't pay for it and see what happens to you.
And they were able to manipulate law enforcement and in some ways public opinion into thinking that what he was doing was creepy and bad, but it was basically hiring, poor girls from the other side of the tracks to model bathing suits and give massages. And they were really of the age of consent, when in fact it wasn't. It was a worldwide trafficking organization bringing girls in.
Exactly right. He knew. I mean, everyone seems like everyone knew. So, Chi said, "Sinner, did you watch this whole interview? It was good." Yes, of course. Did I watch every single thing that Mr. Julian Dory comes out with? He's the only person that I would be if I wasn't myself. It's just so good. It's so good. I'm totally going to be finding his style and making videos as well that way, because it's so good. I can make an 2 hour long video that's substantial. So I've been working on that actually. Yeah, Chris Hansen's a fucking legend, right? I mean, no question about it. We're not going to watch all of this, of course. That would just be piracy. We're just going to watch a little bit.
From Eastern Europe and Russia and Asia. And
I've seen several interviews with Chris Hansen discussing this stuff, and this is the best one.
Kinds of places, and we started to look at this back around 2015. And I had some investigators who I'd known for a long time, who had been in federal law enforcement, who were working with lawyers for the survivors. And, I tried to get too fancy with it. I was trying to figure out how to do a sting. How do I sting him? How do I do this in New York? And the levels of security were so...
I mean, how crazy would that have been if Chris Hansen actually fucking interrupted fucking Bill Clinton in a dress with a ball gag in? I mean, come on, dude. He would have... Well, I mean, what would happen? What...
So strong that you couldn't infiltrate it, right? And so, the truth is, I just got busy.
Chris Hansen walking on Donald Trump with the fucking feather duster in his mouth. Like, what the fuck? What is this world? Who are these human beings, dude?
With other stories, I kind of set it aside. It was Julie K. Brown at the Miami Herald who kept chipping away and got these survivors to speak publicly. And without that fine work at that newspaper by Julie K. Brown and other reporters, that case in 2019 likely doesn't get prosecuted when it does.
I'm going to scoot. Talks about the royal links. That's fun. Hold on. This I want to show you this part. This is where they discuss the code word jerky. It's very disturbing. A lot of people think it's actually the consumption of human flesh. I can't speak to as to whether or not that's true, but just the thought of it is pretty fucking terrifying.
We're back. So we have some of these emails up right here. And again, like, you have to think of these things, as you put it, Chris, as if you're in like a court of law and what you can prove and what you can't.
Right.
And right now, if you just looked at these alone, they don't definitively prove anything. But can we pull up that email you had up, Thief?
Yeah, I was sure.
The one that you had the perfect one up about the recipe. Yeah. Okay, go to the top one right there. So this one is called Jerky Recipe in the subject. It's from December 21st, 2012. It says,
hey, what's up, Limey? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. If I missed anyone else, Angie Harvath, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Please hit the thumbs up, guys. I do have a super chat goal set, but no pressure on that. Just seeing if there's any indication that you guys are interested in content like this. I can tell by the numbers it's not the most popular thing. Still going to do it. So welcome in. Make yourselves at home.
Hi, Steve Hansen, no relation, on
God.
Jeffrey's Island is requesting the latest beef jerky recipe as Jay-He has asked her to try and make some. He says the last batch that you made tasted different, and I think he likes it as he would like to attempt it. Would it be possible to forward us the recipe? Thank you, Steve. This is the response, but I've now been told it is the old way Francis was doing it he likes best and not the latest batch. So on LSJ on Little St. James is going to try and do it that way. I am in Europe, but with him on the island if you need to call to liaise about getting anything down. So obviously the number one point is they're not.
Maybe if they don't communicate the point I'm trying to make, let me just spoil it and tell you. Jerky. Oh shit. My cat just decided to go that way. Good job. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Jerky is mentioned way too often in these files. Like I said, a lot of like insane conspiracy people are thinking the worst. There's something to it. I don't know what it is. There's something to it because of the prevalence of the reference. I mean, it's just way too much, and it's out of context so many times. They're clearly not talking about actual beef jerky, but what are they talking about? I mean, you tell me.
Talking about real jerky here. We know that it's code for something.
Right.
And when you go through some of the other emails that talk about how to refrigerate it, where to store it, how many pounds it is and things like that, your brain goes to some of that Peter Nygaard type world type things.
Absolutely. Now I've seen these and I have access to the index emails as well.
So this would be, pretty extreme stuff. So take it with a grain of salt, of course.
Oh, it's and I try to go through them when time allows. But yeah, I would guess, if I were a betting man, that they're not talking about actual beef jerky. Not known to be an island treat. I mean, people eat a lot of fish down on the islands, and I'm sure other stuff too. But I mean, to me, this is code for something more nefarious.
Yes. Now, and
this is absolutely rational thinking too. And the problem is, a lot of this type of conversation has been and is being dismissed as conspiracy driven. When what else are we? One of the main reasons that the conspiracies like this are running so rampant is we've only seen half of the files. If they were to unredact those the way they should, in addition to releasing the other half of these files, I'm talking about 3 million other documents, photographs, videos, interviews, other investigations that haven't been disclosed. Until they do that and there's full transparency, then of course it's going to be damp dark, like perfect fertile ground for conspiracies to pop up. And that's what we're seeing. And some of it's based in reality and some of it's batshit crazy. And now we have to contend with AI, which is rearing the darkest side possible of its existence by now there are people just coming up with complete artificial fucking documents and it's so you really have to be careful what you're looking at. And these things are creeping into the mainstream narrative of it. It's just a big fucking mess. There's only a few simple facts and everything else is a distraction, but boy, are the distractions distracting. Are they talking about eating human flesh? Who knows, dude? But let me tell you that these fucking demons are capable of anything. Thank you so much, Steph B. That's awesome of you. Says, what's it say here? Looking forward to chatting or catching the replay. Very interesting, but taking care of folks right now. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. What's up, Georgia? Peach is in the house. What's happening? Okay, so this is all heavy stuff. So let's interject it with something comical. This is actually pretty good news, man. Looks like Bam Margera, although he's in the airport breaking the law once again, he's doing it with a smile on his face and sobriety days under his belt. So let's celebrate Bam Margera, one of the craziest people in the world. Let's see what he's up to, shall we? Give me 1 second. Let me pull that up. We'll get back to this. Just gonna cool it down for a minute because that shit's pretty dark. Let's cool it down. The Epstein cover-up, and it's exactly that. It's an absolute cover-up. Let there be no question. Okay, Kat, which way are you gonna go? She's every time I go live, it becomes a thing. All right, let's see here. And that poor guy, that poor senator from Oregon that's trying to get that DEA investigation released. He's all by myself. He's completely on the island, and he's so boring to listen to. He's zero charisma. I'll show you that when we come back from this little bit of a break here from that. Poor fucking guy, dude. I actually feel bad for him. Don't often feel bad for politicians, but that guy's he's just like one step away from just like standing on the street corner while people just walk by him. That's how fucking wild it is. And thanks again, Steph B. Dropping 5 on it. Now, I'm pretty sure I saved this video. If not, it'll be in my history because I just looked at it before we went live. I think possibly that's the best way. Also, the art, you'll notice that I've been using a bunch of Bauhaus-inspired art. Oh, I forgot to say also, rest in peace, DJ Dan. I know that means nothing to most of you, but a few of you might get it. He's an absolute underground Los Angeles legend of a DJ. Probably not the type of music that you like, but just vital to the underground from legendary parties at Beat Non-Stop to just a random Chinese restaurant in Chinatown or Koreatown with all the fucking tables pushed to one side of the room. Along with Mark Farina with his Mushroom Jazz project. Shout out to him. It's a big fucking deal. I know, like, I have friends of friends of friends, and everybody's sort of like in shock right now. DJ Dan is no longer with us. Let's see. Where to go? Bam Margera. This fucking guy. Let me tell you what. Shout out to TMZ, the most useless news organization in the world. They got this for us. Let's see. Bam Margera just skateboarding in the mall. Got off the plane. Gonna get himself fucking arrested already.
Bam, mate.
What up?
How are you?
You did not see me in these jammies.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice.
I had a 4 a.m. flight from Atlanta. I'm here to kind of host this pro street league, Paul Rodriguez's Primitive Warehouse.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and my son is going to come with me for the first time to see some real skateboarding, Phoenix the Wolf. So I'm really
He's sober. I mean, despite him sounding like Queen Bee, he's in good shape. He's got a long time of sobriety under his belt. He's a crazy person, and it seems like he's getting the attention and help that he needs to be a better man. He's capable of it, man. Everyone that knows him and loves him knows he's a sweetheart. He's just an addict and dealing with the young fame and all of that. I know rich people's problems, right? I get it, but at the same time, it's good to see that he's alive. He very well could not be, believe me.
Excited about that.
I'm keen to see like how the skateboard comp goes too.
I know. Well, they want me to ollie 8 stairs right off the gate before they get started with their crazy kick.
Can you still do that?
It's been a long time, but I think we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is perfect. This could be practice.
This is perfect.
I'm giving it 1
Oh,
go.
no way.
I mean, see what I mean? Like, even when he's trying to do the right thing, he's going to get himself fucking arrested. Like, come on, bud. Come on, bud. Whatever, let's see if he lands it.
You doing it with me?
Oh, what the? Oh my God, we're about to catch that.
What's up, kitty? There you go.
Oh!
Get it.
I mean, what could go wrong, right? Damn it, bam.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that counts. Does that count?
Before we get thrown,
That's
I'll
dope.
do the ollie before you guys start your craziness.
You can do it now. That was good practice, all right?
I got a stretch coach of a wife.
Here come the cops.
It all, I'd be probably taking a big bath with Epsom salt and pulled a muscle. I was on like a rock and roll tour, which pretty much entailed the whole tour bus. Was on my benefit.
Good practice.
Do the ollie before you guys start your craziness.
You can do it now. That was good practice, all right?
I got a stretch coach of a wife. It really works out to my benefit. About 2 years ago, I wouldn't be doing this at all. I'd be probably taking a big bath with Epsom salt and pulled a muscle. I was on like a rock and roll tour, which pretty much entailed
I hate those sunglasses so much, but whatever.
the whole tour bus, waking up to, Jack Daniels with hot tea and some Adderall and God knows what. And
not anymore.
The doctor said that my
Sounds like Queen Bee's diet.
legs were like dry rotted rubber bands. And good luck trying to skate, so lost all hope till I met my wife. She's a stretch coach. She said, "Don't listen to that doctor. He's an idiot."
His wife's a stretch coach. What even is that, dude?
An hour a day, and you'll be back to normal in no time.
You're looking good. You're sounding good. You're feeling good.
Yeah, I'm. September 28th will be 2 years sober now.
Hey,
Heyo, that's a big deal, dude.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah, I'm not sure which airport it is, but there's the cop entering stage left. What you gonna do? Look at him, he's smiling. He's like, he knows. He has an instinct for cops. He has such a dynamic relationship. I think cops are Bam's love language, actually.
Legend.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Thank you so much. Hey, what's your name, man?
That's Paul Hurtado.
Paul. Oh, hey, what's up, Paul? Nice to meet you. Hey, it's all good,
Paul's gonna go talk to the cop.
man.
You gotta make sure.
You gotta make sure. Oh no, that him.
Get kicked out.
Oh no, oh no. It's all good. It's
Well, we
all
already
good.
landed. I want to be kicked out. My ride's over there.
Oh, yeah, right over here.
Well, you guys get the idea. Let's check in with Marlo Anderson, then we'll get into a little more of the Jeffrey Epstein shit. And then that'll be it for tonight. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. And I'll have a blazing drama stream for you guys tomorrow. I'm thinking like tomorrow at 10 a.m. What do you guys think about that? What's up, cat? The cat's on my shoulder. Cat's on my shoulder. Hey, man. What are you doing? Hold on a second. I'm a hostage. There you go. Let's see here. National Day calendar. I haven't looked, so we're gonna learn together. Easter's coming up. I know a lot of you guys travel for Easter. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I did this today. If you haven't had a chance to do this today, I recommend that you do. You lazy animals. Check it out, Marlo Anderson. National Take a Walk in the Park Day. Hey, why don't you go take a fucking walk in the park, huh? Shit.
It was a radical 19th century idea that became the green lungs of the modern world. March 30th is Take a Walk in the Park Day. In the 1850s, Frederick Olmsted designed New York Central Park with the belief that nature was essential for human mental health. Today, these man-made masterpieces offer a vital escape from the concrete jungle. Science proves that just a few minutes among the trees can lower stress and boost your mood, serving as a biological reset button. So find your local park today, step off the sidewalk, and take a deep breath of fresh air. I'm Marlo Anderson with National Day Calendar, reminding you to celebrate every day.
Get it, Marlo. Look at that little smirk on Marlo's face. He knows what's up. That's a man that's living his best life right there. All right, so I just want to show you one more thing that pertains to the Epstein files, and this is Senator Wyden. He goes on and on about the war. I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to do a separate Iran war live stream. But I want to he's the one that's trying to get the DEA investigation of Jeffrey Epstein that occurred from 2010 to 2015 unredacted. He wants something. He's been giving nothing except for a memo at this point. It was a whole 5-year investigation with a huge budget, 6 or 7 different entities of governmental agencies and investigative arms of the government. So not only does this guy, this senator from Oregon, want to see those files, but so the fuck do I. So I mean, and that should be public knowledge. So that's what he's fighting for. But instead, they're putting a "kick me" sticker on his jacket and walking away from the poor guy. So let me show you him. Bless his heart for trying. Big problem that he's just being ignored grossly.
Oregon.
Before he leaves the floor, let me thank my colleague from California for very important remarks with respect to this issue. And I'm very pleased to be able to join Leader Schumer and Senator Cortez Masto on the floor to talk about energy costs and particularly clean energy.
I'm gonna skip ahead. I mean, already, dude, he looks like a fucking prop that you would purchase at Home Depot for your yard during Halloween. So I mean, like,
shot up.
Hey, True Seeker, Lacey, so good to see you. Welcome in everybody that I didn't say hello to. Donna Joe 66, always a pleasure, my dear. Grains in the house.
In the country, and Republicans looked at
I can't do much about his volume. That sucks ass.
Multi-trillion-dollar global market for clean energy.
I'm skipping.
Single-handedly created an energy crisis unlike any
we get it.
Our country. Seems like he's stuck in the middle of the last century. It's a nightmare scenario for American families and businesses.
What's up, Kat?
Kicked off a manufacturing boom unlike anything.
All right, I'm just showing you this as an example of how boring this man is.
Our resolution, let's ditch the extra red tape. That's what I hear Democrats and Republicans saying most of the time, ditch the red tape. That way more projects could get underway. We get more energy on the grid, helping to fight the cost increases people deal with all around America.
All around America.
Mr. President, it is a real head-scratcher to me why anybody would oppose this common-sense resolution. If you do, you're voting for higher energy prices for your constituents at home. My view is the entire Trump approach to energy production and energy costs ought to go into the dustbin. It's not working. But what my colleagues and I have put forward is not a total rewrite of the law. It's one step, a practical, common sense step that we believe ought to get support from both sides. So that's what we're saying on our side. Let's get rid
Oh God, the man is so boring. All right, I can't.
Red tape.
You get the
Let's
idea
get
of
more
what he's about.
projects
Here, let
underway,
me
produce
show
more
you
energy.
something
And let's fight these
better.
terrible energy hikes. That's what
with Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon over the Epstein files, in particular over some DEA documents involving Epstein. Let's discuss. I'm Dave Ehrenberg, former state attorney for Palm Beach.
This guy's the most boring person in the world, this senator.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche is battling it out with Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon over the Epstein files, in particular over some DE.
I mean, that's a flattering photograph. We just saw what he looked like, dude. Fuck. Our government desperately needs some youth, like, infused into the situation.
DEA documents involving Epstein. Let's discuss. I'm Dave Ehrenberg, former state attorney for Palm Beach County, aka the Florida lawman, here on Substack. Thanks for your support. Hit the subscribe button.
Anyways, you guys get it. I just want to give you an idea of what he's doing. Actually, you guys get it. I can just explain it. These guys are all fucking boring the shit out of me. What it is that the DEA is just stonewalling, and the Department of Justice is now being called out for like just hiding a full investigation. It's criminal, I tell you. I don't know what's up with the cat. Let's see. Lamy says, you want to see the Parliament channel we got on TV over here, Sinner? You'll be sleeping within 2 hours. We have that too. It's called C-SPAN. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Every once in a while, you'll catch somebody like BHP at a city hall meeting on C-SPAN, though, and that shit's kind of funny. I am doing good, Truth Seeker. I hope you're doing well as well. What's going on out in the world? I know there's lots of drama. Boy, I've got a whole list. I've gone to... What's up, cat? This cat's gonna interrupt my shit no matter what I do, and I'm okay with that. I've got a whole list of drama topics to get through tomorrow. My God. So I think that's it for Epstein for today. And I'm just gonna leave that there. Maybe I'll listen to a song and bid you adieu. Let's see. Bad built butch body was legendary. What the? Let's see. Sometimes Congress gets wild. I mean, I like whenever they argue, but I mean, geez, it's just the cheapest gas near me is $6.30 a gallon. Good Lord. Good Lord, dude. I mean, what the fuck? That's insane. We were just worried about $5. Meow. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? Let's see. Let's have a little look. See, I didn't. I mean, of course, gasoline prices were going to get fucked because of what we're doing in the Strait of Hormuz. I'm going to teach you guys what that is when I do the Iran War live stream. I've got it put together mostly. I don't even know if anybody cares. That's how weird this world is now. But this is over $6.30 where cheese is. Good Lord, in the morning, dude.
Is the rising cost of travel, long lines at airports, gas prices continuing to climb, and concerns over economic pain as more U.S. troops continue to move into the Middle East. All of this with spring break now in full swing and the summer travel rush just after that. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Jonathan Gonzalez.
And I'm Kathy Vara. The average price of gas in L.A. County is now at almost $6, even more at some gas stations. Oil is up over $100 a barrel again.
And that impact extends to jet fuel as well. Airlines rethinking ticket prices and the number of flights. Luckily, things haven't impacted LAX as much as other airports. Our Camilla Rambaldi joining us live from Studio City with more tips now to navigate.
Camilla Rambaldi. You want to talk about some serious fucking eyebrows, dude. Watch out.
Your travel plans, Camilla.
Good Lord.
Hi, Jonathan.
Her eyebrows make you want to look away. Like, fuck.
And Kathy, the cash price for a gallon of regular here at this Chevron off of Cahuenga is at $6.19 tonight, well above the average for LA County. I spoke with some people today who tell me they are not driving unless they have to, while others told me that they're pushing back on vacation. AAA says that if you are traveling, to make sure that you plan ahead. Another day.
Shout out AAA, by the way. I've never heard anyone speak negatively about AAA. I mean, it's just like, if you're in trouble, you just call them and they come and help you out, dude. I mean, is there a better company out there?
And another gas price hike. Drivers in Los Angeles County are feeling the financial strain on their wallets and cutting back.
Definitely not going on vacation because of the far distance of driving.
I was supposed to travel out of the country, actually, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that because the flight prices are super crazy.
So I think like a lot of people are kind of used to it, but it is kind of shocking.
We had nothing solid in the books, but definitely seeing the gas prices go up a little bit, we did kind of have to.
I mean, I would. My camera's on. You can see my cat above me on the bookshelf. Oh, here she comes. What are you doing? Well, hey, what are you doing? Hey, cat, what are you doing? It's looking at me all crazy. It's just eyeballing the keyboard. It wants to jump on here. And I mean, it's okay, but I'm not sure what will happen to the live stream if she does that. So,
put those plans on the side.
This spring break season, gas prices are so far the most expensive since 2022.
And with summer blend gas expected to hit the market the first week of April, AAA says there will be more increases and is reminding travelers to plan ahead.
So it could definitely have an impact now. However, once it enters the market, we see increases from 20 to 25 cents a gallon. What we are recommending everybody is to book now for maybe the summer. Planning ahead and being flexible with their dates and their times can also help people save money on those.
The Gorillaz have a new album. If you're a fan of theirs, they kind of did it sneakily. It's very India themed. It's strange. I think they went there some Beatles type soul seeking shit, and it's heavily influenced with sitar and all types of native Indian instruments. Pretty interesting. It's far out there though. It's more like I don't know, Goa. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the Gorillaz the Gorillaz and Enya had a baby, and it's their new album.
Flights.
If you plan on hitting the road for spring break, AAA says to make sure your car maintenance is up to date and to research where the cheapest gas is closest to you.
Going to help them maximize fuel efficiency.
And at the airport, as the travel chaos lingers due to a partial government shutdown, AAA says to make sure you arrive early and to consider travel insurance.
Luckily, it's a short line, and I guess getting here early is better than getting here late.
While others are looking at avoiding travel altogether and finding other ways to enjoy their time off.
I mean, there's a lot to do locally, thankfully. I mean, in the area we're in, seeing what's available locally. I mean, the city of LA has a lot of nice parks in the area, a lot of museums and stuff like that.
For more travel tips and to find out more ways on how you can save on gas, make sure
Those eyebrows though, and
to look for the gas savings tab on our website, NBCLA.com. Live in Studio City.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. All right, now I want to show you. Speaking of the reason I mentioned music right there in the Gorillaz, it's because man, the festival season is upon us quickly, and I want to show you to this thing that I intend on going to. And I think I'm not only am I going to go, but I'm going to try to give a couple tickets away. Of course, this is has obvious geographical limitations, but I know enough people listed in this general area of the country to maybe want to go to the thing. Now, this is not like, despite what some wackos on the internet are doing, I have no interest in meeting up with any YouTubers. It's just, let's face it, it's never going to happen. That's not what this is. You wouldn't even know I'm there. Just tickets to a festival, thousands of people there. You never know I was even there. So, dear stalkers, don't even try it, dude. It's not gonna work that way. But let me show you this festival. It's fucking incredible. It's called Shaky Knees. Kind of a weird name for a festival, but look at the lineup. It's bananas. It's bananas.
By saying, yes, I know I'm late. All right, I want to start off this one by saying, yes, I know I'm late. Life happens, things happen. But we're here today to talk about Shaky Knees 2026. I got Deftones today. I didn't have any artists from this year. At least I don't think anyway. So we're going back to last year. But this is actually a festival I haven't been to.
Atlanta, Georgia. Home of Spotty Oddie Dopalicious. Let's see, look at this. The Strokes, Danny Elfman. I'm not a big fan of Turnstile, but the name's huge. 21 Pilots, everyone knows them. Velvet Prodigy, Pavement, Jimmy Eat World, Taking Back Sunday, and of course Gorillaz. That's what led me into this. And then I saw fucking LCD Sound System, which is sincerely one of my favorite bands ever. It's another Brooklyn band, heavy electronics, can be repetitive, but in the correct context and environment, it's fucking just powerful music. It's incredible. Never had a chance to see them live. Understand they have legendary performances, so a festival type vibe would be a great place to see them. And then of course Wu-Tang. Fucking forget about it. Japanese Breakfast, Modest Mouse. I mean, this is a big fucking deal, dude. A very big deal. So let's hear this curly-headed man tell us about it.
to before, this is on the same weekend as Louder Than Life. It's not a 4-day festival, it's only 3 days, but it kind of posits as the alternative. That's kind of weird to say. But this is more of like your indie and alternative stuff, whereas your Louder Than Life's more metal, hard rock type, new metal, even some stuff. But there is some crossover here. There's actually quite a few bands that are playing on both, which I don't believe I've seen in the past, at least this level of crossover. Just already off the top, I think Taking Back Sunday, Pierce the Veil, The Prodigy, Danny Elfman. I think that's it. But maybe Knock Loose, we don't 100% know if they're playing in Louder Than Life yet. That is heavily rumored. But I think Coheed is also at both as well. But this is quite a level of overlap. But we're going to talk about each individual day, and then I just want to kind of stack this up versus previous years. Now, one thing that I do like about this festival in particular is that they continue to kind of get new lineups.
Right, man, this guy's, it's not doing it for me. So you guys get the idea. Big bad fucking festival. I suppose what I can do is, if you give me 1 second, is look and see if there's footage of what the year before was like. That oftentimes gives you an indication of the vibe. And I did look at this. Sublime played last year. Dude, if you haven't seen Sublime released a new song, and with Bradley's son, I'm sorry, I forget his name, but he's now the new lead singer of the band, and the band's back in its original form for the first time, minus his dad replaced by him. And there's a new song, and it's basically like a memorial to his pops. He talks about his dad a lot in it, and he sounds just like Bradley Noel. Dude, it's the craziest shit you ever see in your life. Obviously, I can't play that here. But this is what Shaky Knees looked like last year. If anybody out there has young enough knees to want to go to a music festival, this is going to be a good one. And I fucking love Atlanta. It really is. Like, I've only been there a few times, and the first time I was there, I was like, this is the future city. Like, this is truly a melting pot. Like, aside from New York City, you'll be pretty hard pressed to find a city that's such a melting pot. Of course, Los Angeles is, but it's much more spread out. You got every type of motherfucker living in close proximity to one another in Atlanta. It's pretty cool. And as a result, you have some of the most dangerous neighborhoods and some of the nicest neighborhoods not far from one another. But what can we do? America. It's just a quick 30-second blurb of what it was last year. Pretty fucking cool. Piedmont Park, Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, this weekend, thousands of people will come to Piedmont Park for the Shaky Knees Festival. It is the first time that the festival has been held at Piedmont since the park is reserved for Music Midtown, but it's on hiatus this year. Fans started showing up nearly early yesterday.
It's a lot of people.
Afternoon.
There's some type of football field over here.
A big thing to keep in mind, there is no on-site parking.
No on-site parking.
Important for you guys to note there. Organizers are urging people to use MARTA or rideshare.
All right. That kind of looks like that Monet painting, doesn't it? Doesn't this look like that famous painting with the people sitting on the lawn, except there's no woman with a big hat and a lunch basket? What's up, KCG? Good to see you. If you're just listening, KCG, we're just looking at footage from 2025's Shaky Knees Music Festival in Piedmont Park in Atlanta. I'm looking to go to it this year. Bunch of really cool bands.
There are 3 entrances on 12th Street, Charles Allen, and Park Drive.
Everyone looks very white, I have to say. For Atlanta, that's the whitest crowd I've ever seen for Atlanta. All right, that's cool. It looks like the Idols played last year. I love that band, dude. Let's see.
How fun today is the start of Shaky Knees, the 11th year of the Indian Rock Festival at Central Park. Besides the headliners, there are 60 other bands set to perform. Now, a couple
60? Good Lord.
To keep in mind, there are still some one-day passes available. If you are going, just a reminder, there is no entrance off North Avenue. You're going to need to enter from Civic Center. If you have a small bag like a fanny pack, those are going to be okay. But if it's bigger than 6 inches by 9 inches, got to leave that one either in the car or make sure it is a clear bag.
You hear that? Clear bag. You know, people like QB is just like, I can fit a pound. I got places I can hide a pound worth of shit. Good Lord in the morning. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to that music festival. I'm looking at because I haven't really had a vacation or anything like that in a while. Just been all work and no play. I think I'm gonna treat myself. But I'm not sure yet. I have to look and see. I want to see the Gorillaz so bad. I hope they don't just play their new album stuff because, like I just mentioned, it's good, but it's not really what I like. You know, I like the old punchy stuff. But what can you do? Can't win them all. Let's see. Don't dox yourself, but who's in Atlanta? Who goes to music festivals? Are we all too old for that? I'm right on the line. I think the next few years I have to hang that up. For obvious reasons, dude. Mobility. I'm getting old. Rickety. Let's see. Trying to find. Huh. Looks like Mick Jagger played in the past. That's kind of cool. Let's see what the VIP tickets will get you. Let's see. Looks like not much. Platinum entrance. Supposedly, it's food and drinks are included as well as a bunch of air-conditioned spots. I don't know how hot it is. Well, Georgia's always fucking hot, isn't it? Who am I kidding? What's up, Cat Packful? So good to see you. Painted with dots. You know the painting I'm talking about? Yeah. Yes, exactly. From Ferris Bueller's. You get it. You get it. Forget about it. That's one of the most famous paintings ever. Ever. Is it Seurat? It was Seurat, right? Seurat. Let's see if we can find this fucking painting, and then I'll be done for the night. Unless something really cool happens tonight. I might come on Charlie's at midnight just to kick up some dust. Talk some shit, dude. Things have been wild, but I'm going to leave that to an all-drama stream. A Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte was the name of the painting. Let's see, I'll show you. Beautiful painting, dude. Fucking sincerely. Let's see here. And you're right. Pointillism. Let me share this with you. Oh, also, the big cathedral in Spain is reopened. Gaudi's masterpiece has been completed after 100 years of construction. I think 100 plus years. A Sunday on La Grande Jatte by Georges Seurat, 1884. Timeless fucking painting. Look at that shit. Is that Shaky Knees Music Festival? No. That's Les France. Seurat, exactly. So there's that. How's the family? Where are the dogs? You know. But I think that's all I've got for you for tonight, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Obviously, the Epstein shit is not what you guys want from me, and I duly noted. I will continue to talk about it since no one else is. Hopefully, maybe someone will join the conversation here. Let's see. Do you even paint, bruh? Paint with these nuts. I feel like there's something else I wanted to show you. And now I can't think of it. What could it be? Oh yeah, I want to show you the cathedral in Spain that opened after a very, very long time of being built. We've all heard the term Gaudi. I'm sure most of us have. Let me show you. I didn't have this one prepared. So Bam Margera is sober. That's pretty good news, man. Rest in peace, Doc Martin. I covered that. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, DJ Dan. I covered that one. Yes. Anonymous is issuing warnings as always. Let's Let's see here. I'm trying to find a news article about it. Maybe I won't be able to. Here, actually, I'll find an article. It seems like everybody wants to make a short documentary about the damn thing being done instead of just telling us, hey, it's done. It did take 144 years to build, so that's kind of a big deal. Kind of. Let's see, give me 1 second. Un momento, por favor. Let's see. La Sagrada Familia, Gaudi's masterpiece. It has finished completion. It is now the tallest church in all of the world, dude. From some angles, it looks like a sandcastle. To me, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but the inside is just... You're not human if it doesn't take your fucking breath away. And we'll finish with this.
The beautiful city of Barcelona is dotted with a collection of unmistakable buildings designed by the famed Spanish architect Antoni Gaudí. His singular style of the late 19th and early 20th centuries still inspires study and debate among designers and attracts tourists from around the world. Believe it or not, the final touches are just now being put on Gaudí's final project, nearly 100 years after his death. NBC's Molly Hunter has our Sunday Spotlight.
The Sagrada Familia Basilica, a global spiritual icon soaring above the streets of Barcelona. It's magnificent, in the works for more than 140 years, one of the world's longest running and most ambitious architectural projects. Rising above the famous temple, 18 adorned towers symbolizing biblical figures. And this centerpiece, known as the Tower of Jesus Christ, nearing completion. After a decade of work back in October, it became the world's tallest church at 535 feet. Last month, a hive of activity as the final arm of this tri-dimensional ceramic and glass cross was put into place, a complex move that required precision down to the millimeter. NBC News was given a first look behind the scenes, getting rare access to the breathtaking setting where architect Mauricio Cortez supervised the cross installation.
We are in a platform at 180 feet above the street level.
Oh, no, thank you, friend. Good Lord.
Above the main nave of the Sagrada Familia.
On top of the famous vault and underneath the monument.
Look at that, dude.
Tower of Jesus, this workshop is where the delicate mission took place, assembling the arms of the 24-ton cross the size of a 5-story building.
The cross is a three-dimensional one with 4 lateral arms in a way that can be seen as a cross from every point of view.
Each panel of the cross, like this one, was manufactured off-site, lifted by a giant crane, and carefully added to each arm of the cross, piece by piece. Despite the colossal scale, these craftsmen worked on the finishing touches by hand, rain or shine.
That's funny. Miss Kelsey said, "I can't even stand on a chair." I'm pretty good. If there's a railing or a ledge, I'm good at extremely tall heights. I get there at the Santa Barbara courthouse. You can go up the bell tower, and I've felt like a small touch of vertigo up there taking photographs. It's a little bit like whoa. And also it's unfortunately while I lived in Santa Barbara, a few people decided to delete their own channel from that spot. So being up there is kind of like eerie and scary at the same time, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I get wobbly kneed at super high. If there's not a railing or a ledge, or not a ledge, a railing or some type of wall, then I get instantly uneasy. No problem skydiving though. Been over 120 times, but it's just heights. Or there could be gravel or something. Oh my God, dude, it freaks me out just thinking about it. So this is in Spain, the Sagrada Familia, the largest church or the tallest church in all of the world as of just the other day.
Milestone decades in the making. Back in the late 1800s, Catalan architect Antoni Gaudi envisioned the Sagrada Familia's grand design. The team now adapting materials to meet today's challenges.
On the outside has this collage of triangles, and on the interior, solar control and all the requirements of modern technology.
This 55-foot high cross will become a forever changing structure.
Gaudí wanted the cross to resemble a crystal, to generate a texture that reacts to the sunlight, to create different shimmerings.
A deeply spiritual design that still resonates today. For Sunday Today, Molly Hunter.
Thanks, Molly Hunter. You're the fucking best. All right, I just want to quickly show you the inside of this motherfucker, because that's when things are like, whoa, hold on a second. Let's see. I know I keep saying this is the last thing, but you should see what this looks like inside of here. It's quite fucking impressive. I'm going to mute this because it's probably copyright music. It's done in almost a cubist style. Very abstract for a cathedral, definitely out of the ordinary. Profoundly out of the ordinary. It's just so strange. I'm not sure what all of these texts are. The detail is just, I mean, what can you say? I mean, what can you say about something like this? It's just, I mean, this was made by the hands of men, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just imagine if people wasted their energy on constructing and building things instead of what we do here on YouTube. Just imagine, dude. Look at this. Just the mathematical precision that's necessary for something like this. Just like, what the fuck? 100 years it took to build this. They're finally done. Now I understand mass have been occurring there even through the construction, but now the topper is on, and Cheese says, I may be biased, but it pales in comparison to the watchtowers. Touche. I mean, what even is this, dude? What a monument. What the fuck? All right, you guys get the idea. I'm going to wrap this on up. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone hit the thumbs up. You guys are the best. I may just, thinking about it, I may just do all the Epstein stuff on videos. I think that might be better. That way, I don't have my regulars here that want drama to have to sit here and listen to this. And you know what it is. Drama stream tomorrow. We're going to get pretty fucking, might get ugly, dude. You never know. Might have to get ugly. Time will tell. Seems like it's a fucking dynamic situation. Oh, excuse me, I had a massive sneeze. Samantha J, what's going on? I'm just wrapping this up. Bing bong. Thanks for being here. Don't be a douchebag out there. Marie gets it. I'll talk to you guys. If I do pop up tonight, it's because something crazy happened. Although, keep an eye out for Cousin Charlie, because I'm finally allowed to go live on that channel again. So, might as well abuse the privileges, right? You know what I'm saying? Drama stream tomorrow. I got some shit to do in the morning. So probably 1-ish, 2-ish. Who knows? Looks like Soup's going live in a little bit. Have fun over there. I'm off for the night. I won't be back on the internet, although a handful of people can get a hold of me if something crazy is going on. Choo choo, motherfucker, is all I can say about that. Let's see. Let me find a good song to play us out with. Shall I? What should we listen to? What should it be? What do you guys want to hear? I feel like being incredibly obnoxious and just playing the fucking 9-minute LCD sound system song. But you guys hate me for that. So, let's see. TV on the radio's got some good tunes. Yes, they do. Wolf Like Me. Wolf Like Me. I'm going to play that one. And then I'll play my normal outro. Maybe. Who cares? Thanks for being here, guys. I'll catch you either super late tonight on Charlie or mañana right here. Fucking bring your popcorn. Tomorrow's going to get wild. I have a feeling. Subscribe to Cousin Charlie. Make sure you know where your pets are before you go to bed tonight. Don't drink and drive. Don't be a fucking douchebag. If you have any urge in taking care of other people, first you got to take care of yourself. I'll keep teaching you. Just learn. Learn. Sinner out.
Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty staying clear, and I can't help but ask myself how much I'd let the fear take the wheel and steer. It's driven me before, and it seems to have a vague, haunting mass appeal. But lately I'm beginning to find that I should be the one behind the wheel. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there, I'll be there. So if I decide to waver my chance to be one of the hive, will I choose water over wine and hold my own and drive? It's driven me before, and it seems to be the way that everyone else gets around. But lately I'm beginning to find that when I drive myself, my light is found. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there, I'll be there. You choose water over wine, hold the wheel and drive. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there, I'll be there. Do 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 do.